Greetings everybody and welcome to the Testament of Sherlock Holmes. I'm gonna play this with my girlfriend, not Miss Angie.
Hi everyone, it's me again.
And we haven't played this yet, but we figured we wanted to try out like a detective puzzle crime solving thing, so let's just start it.
Ooh.
That was just a loading screen.
Ooh. You
Frog
think it's
wares.
an eye, but
Ooh,
it
this is
ends
loud.
up being a frog.
It was still an eye, wasn't it?
No, it's a frog!
Oh. It looked like an eye.
That's what I meant.
If I just look like an eye on the frog.
Who do you think this is?
Sherlock?
Are we climbing up the ladder?
Oh,
No, it's some kid.
Yeehaw, Angie.
Well, there's a horsey in the corner.
That's probably what they want. Because she said yeehaw.
They're two little girls.
She kind of looks creepy.
Which one?
Both of them. Are they laughing or is it a witch? Nice.
Oh.
Ow!
So what year are we set in?
I have no idea.
What's this? No.
So he's pretending to be a plane.
Yeah.
Or a bird.
Birds don't go. Meow.
Planes. Oh, that's creepy.
Is that Watson? That's Sherlock and Watson.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they puppets?
They're probably famous. Maybe this is like after they were like fancy problem solvers. Crime solvers.
Ooh.
God, these babies are so creepy. Aren't they?
What's some Watson?
I mean the kids. Did I say babies? They're not.
Yeah.
Look, it's a book.
Oh my god, it's a book!
Maybe it's a book about pirates with a treasure map.
Okay, that's random.
No, I don't think so.
Look at their face. That girl in the green
I wish
shirt,
that
she's
I
so
had
creepy.
seen through all your lies. Oh, start from the beginning, not the middle.
Let me all murder you. Oh, so they're just reading
And
the
so I
story.
decided to pick up my pen to relate the most disturbing episode of my life thus far.
It all began early one morning in
Finally they're gone.
1898 when Sherlock Holmes invited me to accompany him on a visit to the Marquis of Conyngham.
Hey, is that us?
Yeah, that's you, Ban.
Watson, my dear fellow, we can now go and inform the Marquis that we have found the Samoan necklace, and very much faster than Inspector Baines, too, which pleases me.
Have you really solved the theft, Holmes? And so quickly?
I have indeed, Watson, and believe me, it was completely unnecessary to spread out all over London, as our friend Baines thought was best. He likes to boast that his methods are equal to mine, but once again the outcome has contradicted him.
After all these years of accompanying you upon your investigations, I thought that by now I should be reasonably capable of following your train of thought. But in this particular case, I must admit that I don't understand anything at all.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Watson.
Ah, you see, but you do not observe, Watson. There lies the difference. It is a matter of course.
A matter of course, in the middle of the night, when everyone is fast asleep, the service bell within that room rings out and alerts the servants. They dress quickly and come running, but the door is locked and there is a strong smell of burning from within. A few seconds later, the master of the house himself, the robbed Marchioness's husband, the Marquis of Conyngham, arrives and unlocks the door using the sole key. A fire has started inside the room, but they have managed to arrive in time to put it out. It is at that moment that the Marquis realizes that the famous Samoan necklace, which had been safe within its glass cabinet only a few hours earlier, has now disappeared.
In order to explain, let us confirm my theory before the arrival of Inspector Baines.
Ooh, that was a lot of information.
Yeah, Watson talks a lot.
Okay, hold on. Need to change the aim.
You know, the Sherlock Holmes seems nicer than the TV show.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about Sherlock. Walk to the desired location. Okay. Look at the broken showcase and click on it.
You mean this glass?
What's
thing?
the broken showcase?
This glass thingy, right?
I don't think
it's
so.
That's a fish tank, right?
Yeah.
What's
What's the showcase? Oh, this thing. Derp.
This window was cut with a diamond. A clean, discreet piece of work. This is where the necklace was.
See how tiny the hole is, and not one fingerprint upon the window.
Okay. After clue examined, the icon will turn green. Please move Sherlock Holmes near the left window. You see 2 clue icons simultaneously. To enter examination mode with multi-zone, press mouse button. You can switch cursor between the items using blah blah blah. Okay. So we can choose what we want to look at, I see. Let's look at this hole. Or whatever it is.
Made by a diamond. Someone tried to cut the
tried.
glass, but he was interrupted.
Therefore, the thief tried to escape through the window, but he was interrupted.
Why would he cut a small hole to escape from within? He would just open a window, no?
All the windows are
no.
locked. They've not been forced.
That's weird. Like if he's
I
inside.
bet it's an inside job.
Yeah, but if he's inside, maybe. If he's inside, why would he cut a tiny hole? I mean, he couldn't fit through there.
But Diamond can. He can just drop it to an accomplice.
Hmm.
See? I'm smart.
You don't know if that's true. Go to the chimney. You will see the hand icon on the magnifying glass. Okay.
I bet the wife stole it or something. Who's the lady in the portrait?
Does he even have a wife?
Oh.
You can open your inventory by clicking the right mouse button. While playing, you can always activate any of your items from your inventory by rolling your mouse wheel. Ooh, that's weird. What? Oh no, I see. Can we inspect it?
Okay.
No, I don't think we can. Okay. Near the piano, some music scores are on the floor. You can activate an item by selecting it in your inventory, or directly in the game by scrolling the central mouse wheel of your mouse. Use the magnifying glass on the scores near the piano. Oh, down here, okay. So what if I just do this?
Let us examine the crumpled scores that have fallen off the piano.
Why do I need a magnifying glass for this, though? Ooh, it's so tiny. Do you see any clues? I see absolutely nothing.
Nothing of interest here.
No.
There's something.
These sooty prints were left by a tiny hand.
It's a baby, I
don't
told you.
understand
You
why
can't
these
trust them.
music scores are covered with soot.
Press R or middle mouse button to switch to first person mode. Okay. Use WSD or keep left mouse button pressed to move your character. Keep pressing shift will make your character run. Press R to switch to point and click mode. Okay. I think I like this mode more. Oh, maybe I don't. This is weird.
Hey, it's a pipe. This arrow's a
Oh,
pipe.
you can like toggle. I see. This is him running so fast. You can activate Sherlock Holmes' Sixth Sense. It will show you a hint not yet discovered. Oh, okay, so that's like the cheaty button. Hold on, there's something here too. Oh, there's a lot. Holy crap, there's so much. Okay.
What's
The
that?
chest wasn't opened. The necklace wasn't in it.
Okay. So someone said someone rang the... Oh, there's so many clues. Okay.
The fire started here, just beneath the bell pull.
Whoever pulled the cord would have had his feet in the fire, unless it was pulled before the fire started.
Or something was hanging on it and... I don't know, pulled it and then activated the fire or something.
Footprints. You are not going to
Footprints.
get on your knees to examine them.
There is no need. It is soot. The servants must have trodden in it while they were putting out the fire. Heading towards his chosen escape route, probably the window, the thief knocked over the stool, which then caught fire.
But why didn't he try to put the fire out at once?
Because he wants to get away, no?
Yeah.
Strange. There are some objects here that have been knocked over.
I don't know if that's strange, but okay.
These documents are not very interesting, even though they're addressed to the Minister of Maritime Affairs.
The Marquis himself.
A candle. It must have fallen from the chandelier.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, look, one is missing.
Oh yeah, it's 18 something. They don't have light bulbs. Do they?
Don't ask these
Not very
questions, we're
well
gonna look like
kept, this
idiots.
aquarium. I can see a dead
maybe you
fish
should cut
floating
it.
on the surface.
Oh, what did he
Not
say?
very well kept, this aquarium. I can see a dead fish floating
Aw.
on the surface.
That sucks.
This
Time to
draft
change.
screen makes an ideal hiding place.
As the theft was committed at night, I conclude that the thief hid himself behind the draft screen and waited until he was alone in the room.
Huh.
Strange.
Any
There
proof
aren't
for
any
that?
prints. Yet I'm sure that the thief hid here.
How can he be sure? That's weird. Anything on the piano? Oh.
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced. All the windows are
Okay.
locked. They've not been forced.
Huh. Then how did he escape? Unless he pretended to be the person who found the fire first or something. Oh.
What do you think, Holmes?
Let us search the room before the police get here. We might throw some light onto all this.
Okay, is there more? Do our sixth sense.
You have 6 cents.
Yeah, that shows me all the clues.
When the servants arrived at the door, having been alerted by the bell, they saw evidence of the theft and the fire, but they didn't see the thief.
This door is very hard to force. The Marquis is the only person to have the key. The thief could not get out through here until eventually, when the door was opened by the servants.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, you're already here.
Good morning, Inspector. You've arrived just in time.
Scotland Yard arrives like the cavalry, always in the nick of time. Ah, but I know that satisfied expression, Mr. Holmes. Have you already solved the case?
It's possible.
We have retraced the thief's rather unusual footsteps. He is a true acrobat. But what I cannot understand is that when the servants entered the room, there was no one to be seen. An acrobat, perhaps, but an invisible one? I do not think so.
The only explanation is that the thief escaped.
Maybe
before
he
the servants
hung on
arrived.
the candle
I don't know
chandelier.
But there is no other
Like a
way.
monkey, you know?
Yeah, no one
Half
would
a
see
point
that.
for the doctor.
Oh, I bet it's a
nil for
monkey.
the Inspector.
Yeah, I don't think
Pleased to
that's
see
true.
You find the situation amusing, Mr. Holmes. Very well
The
then.
clues
Explain.
are points to a
Dr.
monkey.
Watson was correct when he mentioned acrobatics, but he is mistaken about the nature of the acrobat. As for you, Baines, you're quite incorrect, as the thief was in the room when the servants entered.
Explain, for heaven's sake.
If you're right, I'm gonna be so
Watson,
mad.
how could a thief be missed in the middle of 8 men?
No, because he is very small. Stop teasing us, Holmes.
Exactly, because he is small, small and remarkably agile,
You're thinking of?
No.
and a trained monkey at that.
I knew it, I knew
Leon
it.
Topicus was in.
Are you serious?
The animal had been hidden inside the room for several hours, calmly awaiting the signal from his master. Once
Why do you
night had
think it's so
fallen and the
funny?
room was
I don't know.
I think
that
it
was-
all
empty,
points
Pussy
to
alerted
monkey.
the
I thought it was so
time
stupid, but
to
now
begin
it's
the
actually
procedure
correct.
For which he had been trained. The monkey emerged from his
I'm a good
Oh my
detective.
god,
Used
I
the
guess
point of a
so.
diamond to
I
open
guess
the
I'm
glass
Watson.
cabinet and steal the necklace. He headed across to the window by the chimney, but knocked over the stool, which in turn knocked aside the fire guard and started the fire. The frightened monkey jumped from the chimney by swinging from the bell pull, thus alerting the house servants. He then went to the window and began to use his diamond to cut a hole, but was interrupted by the staff trying to gain entry via the door, and he panicked again. He ran across the piano, scattering the music scores onto the floor, before hiding inside the chandelier, knocking over a candle.
I can't believe you're actually
Finally,
right.
the servants and the Marquis entered the room, leaving the door open while they put out the fire. It was during the confusion that our agile little thief made his escape.
Have you played this?
No, intuition.
As that.
Pure
Brilliant
intuition.
explanation.
Oh
Bravo,
my God.
Holmes.
And the necklace?
I can see it from here, my friends. It's right in front of us.
We have searched the room from top to bottom, Holmes. How were we unable to find it?
Because we paid insufficient attention to the only victim of this affair.
What victim? No one is dead?
Yes, Watson, a poor goldfish whose destiny was to die, crushed by one of the most precious necklaces in England.
I guess it's in the
The
fish
aquarium is
tank.
just beneath the chandelier. I understand.
The little monkey had likely hung the necklace around its neck and lost it when he leapt from the chandelier. The jewels fell into the aquarium where they remain now.
Oh, there's another fish.
Ah.
That looked weird. We thought he would pull out a bunny or something.
Marquis, here is your necklace, intact, just a little wet.
Mr. Holmes, this brilliant demonstration does credit to your reputation.
Thank you so much, Marquis. Do you wish to verify the authenticity of your jewel?
No, I recognize it. I have spent many hours admiring it, you know.
Good. I will return it to its box and...
Inspector, a bank has just been held up. You must follow me at
By a
once.
monkey.
Orders of Scotland Yard.
What times?
Sirs, duty calls. My regards, Marquis. And well done again, Mr. Holmes.
I can't believe
There,
that was
the
correct.
necklace is in its box. We've lost enough time here. Let's go home, Watson.
Ah, very well, as you wish. A good day to you, Marquis.
With pleasure, gentlemen. And once again, thank you.
But why was a monkey there? Why didn't they ask that? Why?
Well, because someone trained him, right, to steal it.
Yeah, so
Who
are they
trained him?
curious who trained it?
Probably.
And who, who's the mastermind?
Might be an ongoing plot point.
This morning's newspaper. Holmes, have you read this article about you?
No, Watson, not yet, and I won't have time to.
Read it before you leave. It's outrageous.
If you insist.
Time to read something. Hold on, I want to make sure... Okay, we're recording. Okay, I'll read it, Watson. Sherlock Holmes at the home of the Marquis of Conyngham. The investigation is a fiasco. Yesterday, the celebrated detective Sherlock Holmes was invited to the manor of the Marquess of Conyngham to supply his conclusions following his investigations into the disappearance of the priceless Samoa necklace. It should be recalled that the lady called in the detective after the police appeared flummoxed, or whatever that means, in the face of the astonishing
Why
circumstances
is it a lady?
surrounding the theft.
It was a dude.
Well, the lady...
He made a boo-boo.
I don't know. Indeed, the valuable piece of jewelry disappeared while the door to the room in which it was displayed was locked. The alarm was raised by the servants, alerted by the room service bell ringing out during the night. When the Marquis, the only person in possession of a key, opened the door, everyone rushed in to extinguish a fire that had started before it was noticed that the necklace had mysteriously vanished. There's more. The most astonishing factor is that no thief was found within the room, and all the exits were closed. As usual, Mr. Holmes resolved the case in the twinkling of an eye, and the jewel was recovered. I will not waste my time on the various explanations as to the disappearance, because I would prefer to draw your attention, dear readers, to the last surprising developments in this case. Following the departure of Sherlock Holmes, who placed the necklace in a safe himself, the Marquis noticed that the jewel was nothing but a poor copy of the original. I was thinking about that when he pulled it out. I was like, what if the monkey planted it on purpose so they think the jewel's still there, but it's actually gone? Let it not be forgotten that the Samoa necklace, although plain and without ornament, is unique because of the rarity of its pearls. Pearls which are found only in a small part of the lagoon of the archipelago of the same name, and to which scientists distribute their exceptional quality to the strong density of crystal of aragonite or something that they are made of. The priceless necklace brought here at the beginning of the century by Lord Fenton Arwick, the Marquess grandfather and an eminent explorer, should have been part of her daughter's dowry for her marriage to the Duke of Newcastle. So I'm going to place a simple question. Should we not, in all open-mindedness, ask ourselves if the necklace was not simply and deliberately exchanged for a fake by Mr. Holmes himself? I am aware, dear readers, that the brutality of this question without any preconceptions may certainly shock some of you. But the facts are there, and our thoughts and judgment should not be confused with the regards which we all share for the famous detective. It is not the first time that the Globe Explorer has expressed its reservations as to Sherlock Holmes' methods. Do not forget our counter-investigation into the escape of Arsène Lupin, the Frenchman who took malign pleasure in tarnishing the image of our royal family and who, by lucky chance, managed to elude capture by Mr. Holmes. At the time, we did not hesitate to consider a tacit complicity, I don't know what that means, on the part of the latter. For those who are familiar with Mr. Holmes, it is quite apparent that his character traits show more of the opportunist and brilliant usurper, I don't know what that is, than that the altruistic defender of the law. I would draw the attention of our readers to the suggestion that the description of this gentleman provided by his friend Dr. John Watson through his stories is a long way from the truth. This is the longest newspaper article in the world. Indeed, his behavior is derisive, contemptuous, haughty, and offensive towards the police, and in particular towards Inspector Baines, replacing Inspector Lestrade, who is currently convalescent. An habitual abuser of narcotics such as heroin and cocaine. This is why, dear readers, it is important to disregard Sherlock Holmes' good reputation in order to form an objective opinion and to ask the pertinent questions. Was the necklace that Holmes found already a fake? If that was the case, why did he not mention it, and why should he insist on placing it back into the safe himself? Has the detective some unsavory interest in this affair, or is it a simple case of deceit in order to steal the extraordinary Samoa necklace? It is up to you, dear readers, to form your own opinions, but you can count upon your humble servant to continue revealing to the public the doubtful methods and motivations of one who, in the future, I should not hesitate to call Sherlock Holmes the usurper. To be continued. Oh, Farley. Is that how? This is so long. Okay, that's fine.
Prince Woodville, French culinary expert and bagpipe player, might be our next king. That's not so shocking, my dear fellow.
You know exactly to which article I'm referring, Holmes. How can Farley dare to tarnish your reputation like that?
Who's Farley?
You know what?
The guy who wrote the article.
Glory walks,
Yeah,
jealousy is
but who
bound
else?
to follow. As for the forgery of the necklace, I suspect that we shall soon be enlightened in this regard. Come in, Inspector Baines. The door's open.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. How did you know I was here?
You are one of our rare visitors who avoids the second-to-last step of the stairs, which creaks dreadfully. And if I add the clinking of the handcuffs at your belt, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, Inspector?
Have you read that, Rag?
I don't know, slander.
Inspector, can you explain this slander? Has the necklace of the Samoas really been replaced by a fake?
I don't know how the reporter got hold of the information, but it's true. About the necklace, of course. I wouldn't permit myself to question the integrity and honesty of Mr. Holmes.
The necklace is a forgery? Impossible! I saw the Marquis authenticated before my very eyes, before Holmes returned it to its place.
Mr. Holmes, the Marquis believes Osmond Farley's theory. I shouldn't be surprised if the reporter isn't behind all this slander about you. He's a freelancer, well known for his explosive and subjective articles. In any case, the Marquis assures us that you were the last person to have the necklace in your hands.
Let's return to the Marquis's house, Holmes. I'm sure that we'll have no trouble in taking apart this theory.
It is unnecessary. Such allegations collapse on their own, like one of Mrs. Hudson's soufflés. Let us leave the police to solve this problem and turn our attention to the matters in hand.
Perhaps you are right, Holmes.
Inspector, I assume that you have the fake necklace with you. It's why you're here. Your superiors would like me to examine it.
Indeed. They would like you to confirm or deny putting this fake in the box.
Can't that wait? I must go to the house of Lord Peregrine Maitland, the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
I don't even know what that means
And
here.
the Marchioness.
She is beside herself. Without the necklace, her marriage is compromised. It is the principal
I
item
bet
of the
she
young
did
one's
it.
dowry.
Because she
Oh,
doesn't
What a
want to get
lovely
married.
marriage.
perhaps. Maybe she wants to marry the monkey.
No.
Holmes, forgive me for insisting, but don't you want to examine the fake jewelry?
Watson, I have an appointment, and it's out of the question that I arrive late.
It will only take you a couple of minutes. You really must quell the suspicions put forward in this appalling article. If you will allow me, Inspector.
Be my guest.
Very well.
Why is there like a VR shot into the wall? Like a
I don't-
VR, right?
No.
It looks like a VR.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll look at the necklace. Find out if the necklace is authentic or not.
How?
These 3 pearls are of poor quality.
Okay. Oh, there's a...
This pearl is a different color.
Really? And he didn't see that?
This pearl is too small. It is not in its place here. Too many defects. This necklace is a fake. This is nothing but a vulgar copy, and at a glance it would appear that the forger has intended for it to be seen as such.
How could we have been fooled by such a blatant imitation? I don't understand.
Yes, how is it possible? Holmes, do you have a theory about this?
I have absolutely no idea. You insisted that I examine the necklace, and I have done so. Now it is important that I keep my appointment. I'm sure, Inspector, that you will throw some light on this affair.
Holmes.
You may accompany me, Watson, if you care to do so.
Goodbye, gentlemen. I'll keep you informed as to my inquiries.
Goodbye, Inspector. You mentioned a bishop, didn't you? Are we going to his home?
Yes, the Bishop of Knightsbridge. I put his address on our map of London on my desk. Would you get it for me, please?
All right, Holmes.
You control Mr. Watson.
Dr. Watson, okay.
Oh yeah, you got a PhD.